Join us today on Two Guys on a Porch when we readily admit women are better than men. Well, when it comes to nosing whiskeys and wines, and probably everything else, but women are better than men. We'll go with that.
Welcome to Two Guys on a Porch. I'm Jason, this is Bradford, and this is the field trip edition of our podcast. Be sure to like and subscribe. We're here at the Kentucky Bourbon Festival. We need your support. Subscribe, like, but be sure to hit that subscribe button. We are at the Trail Hotel in their speakeasy, and what a wonderful place. We are here with a new addition to our podcast, a guest, Suzanne Phifer Pavitt. I tell you this, and I've stole a line from somebody else. If you can remember how to pronounce her name, you'll never forget it. So she has been honored in many ways. Her original vocation is wine. She's a wine vendor and her own Winery, thank you. I was about to say distillery because we're here in Kentucky.
Yeah, we'll go with winery.
Yeah, winery. But she's coming out with her own bourbon, her second edition. And so we actually have an expert here.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, I'm talking. Yeah. Don't. We are definitely not experts. It's a little bit different though. I feel awkward. We don't have cigars. And we don't have Kim, my trusty hunting dog. So the hotel.
Are you okay?
It's a little separation anxiety.
Hold your hand.
Yeah, no, I'll pass. Thanks. A little bit of separation anxiety. Wonderful hotel, beautiful hotel. It's right here in the middle of the whiskey trail here in Kentucky, hence the name. But unfortunately, they don't allow dogs. See, I thought about doing the emotional support animal fake thing.
I would vouch for you in that regard.
Well, Kim is good enough to pass for emotional support animal, but and Lord knows I need some support. So anyway, it's great to be here, Suzanne. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
So I was talking about all your honors. Where I was coming around to is you have the honor of being the first female on our podcast. So of all your accolades, I know that's one you'll most cherish. But yes, you are our first female. So welcome. Thank you for doing this. And
Thank you.
I've enjoyed your wines for years. And now you're coming out with a bourbon, and wow, I can't wait to taste it.
So
Yeah.
Suzanne,
Yes.
we want to know about you
Okay.
and your whiskey.
Okay.
As Jason mentioned, he's very familiar with the wine. I had the opportunity to enjoy it the other night. Amazing.
Thank you.
So we really do want to understand about the whiskey and what drove you to make that decision. I know you had done expression before.
Yes.
And now you've done it again.
Yes.
So tell us about that.
Wow, how much time do you have?
As much as you need.
Well, first of all, thank you for having me. Honored to be the first female on your podcast. You should rectify that, by the way.
Absolutely.
We'll try. We'll do more.
We should have others. So let's see. Gosh, well, we'll have some time with each other. But to start, the jumping off point is no one told me I couldn't. Why not? My thought process has been to create best of class. And for me, being a Southern woman that found my way all the way across the country to California and have made most of my life there and raised my family and had my sons and married my husband and all those great things, that's my life. But I'm a Southern woman through and through. Many of those things never leave you, thank goodness. And to me, best of class in the bourbon world is in the South, in Kentucky. For a lot of reasons. I know they make bourbon all over the world. I'm not doubting that, not downplaying it, but I think the water, the weather patterns, the history here is just astounding. And so when I got approached by someone, brought it all the way back to Nashville of all things. Y'all, I think, know Jeff Hotmeyer. And Jeff called me out in California and said, there's this new distillery that's looking to collaborate with a Napa Valley winery. And I said, okay. Now, in my mind, I remember exactly where I was. I was standing in my kitchen. I was, of all things, making a peach cobbler. Had just harvested some peaches
Very
out of my
Southern.
garden. I mean, so perfect, right? And it was a Saturday morning, and Jeff said, they're looking for a winery and someone that would help them kind of consult and talk about how to create a Napa Valley experience in Kentucky. Now, this was 9 years ago, before, a lot of the new pieces and brown water had become infinitely more attainable and collectible and exciting. And so I said, sure, I'll talk with you. Well, I thought he was just looking for a little advice. And he said, no. They want to do it with Phifer Pavitt. I was like, oh my gosh. We're like the size of the gnat's whiskers. I mean, you could find plenty of bigger brands. And he said, no, they want your mindset. They love the idea that there's a CEO at the helm, a female CEO. And so that started, literally that phone call, that moment in my kitchen. I flew to Kentucky, met Steve Nally, Hall of Fame, master distiller, become a dear friend, an extraordinarily talented man, and John Hargrove. And the two of them, along with myself, embarked on this innovative, be the first to do it, figure it out, make the best finished bourbon whiskey we can using my Napa Valley Cabernet barrels.
So
That's all. That was it.
So you did that. Y'all released.
Yeah.
COVID hits.
Oh, yeah.
Your collaboration with Bardstown ends, whether it's related to that or not, but the timing. And now you're partnering with Whiskey House, John Hargrove, still
Yes.
in doing that. So, and since COVID in the last year or so, we've seen a significant change in whiskey consumption and sales. Sure. Did that give you pause in like, what have I gotten into?
No, absolutely not. So I think I should back up and for your listeners, clarify a very distinct difference in a collaboration and a partnership. Okay. So in the collaboration, we embarked on something that people had not seen before, and we were going to collaborate in making a bourbon at the distillery at Bardstown Bourbon Company. And they were first on the scene, and they were building and under construction, and we were going to create these beautiful products. All developing how you do it, and we can, if y'all want and you think your listeners are interested, we can get down into the nitty-gritty details on how you make a finished bourbon in a Cabernet barrel. But that concluded. We had a 5-year contract. It was amazing, had a great run. Interestingly enough, coincided timing-wise with COVID. Also, there were these little fires out in California that quite drastically affected us all. And so it was just a natural hiatus. We were focused on our primary business, on our health and safety and our family and rebuilding and all those great things. So I just put it on the back burner for a minute, which, interesting and perfect timing, was putting things on the back burner and waiting in the bourbon world just makes it better.
Right.
So it was the gift of time to wait. And since the relationship had come to a wonderful ending and what we had started out, I said, well, this was a good thing. Why don't I just start my own company? And there became Phifer Pavitt Spirits. And so we were off into the races, founded and going through all of that to get Phifer Pavitt Spirits. And I said, well, I don't want to build a distillery. Why don't I partner with someone who owns a distillery to help me finish what I know now how to do? And to my great fortune, partnered up with the same C-suite level at Whiskey House.
And so one of the key differences is when this is released, you'll have your own bottle and own label.
Correct.
Whereas Bardstown, their name is on the bottle. It's the shape of their bottle, and your name is oh, by the way, almost.
I mean, it was a collaboration. We were supposed to have equal billing, and I think we did at the time. I mean, you can get down into the nitty-gritty on this, the font sizes and the type and all that. But, I mean, you can see when you look at that bottle, it's all of my assets.
But you can plant your flag with this.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. No, I mean, it's the Moxie. We call her Moxie.
Yes.
Moxie's proudly been on every bottle that I've made of wine for 20 years. We've been in business 20 years now on the wine side. The color is a custom color, like all those things. So, so now, and then that launched BBCO. I'm very proud of that. But it was time, you know. It was. You got the training wheels. Take the training wheels off, and now it's time to go real time. So here at the Kentucky Bourbon Festival yesterday was the first time that anyone in the entire world got a sneak peek and a glimpse. And you're talking to me.
So, are you willing to share the mash bill? Like, what are we tasting?
Yeah, absolutely. So, one of the things that I was really proud of is this whole philosophy of take away the veil, remove the shoji screen, right? Let's just talk about what it is, because there are so many. I get so passionate about this. There are so many similarities to making great bourbon whiskey and making great wine. You could take the exact same mash bill, exact same varietal mix in the wine side of the world, but your apothecary of spice and barrel can make it demonstrably different. And so absolutely on the mash bill for Phifer Pavitt, I haven't said the name. So the first and second release and foray into the whiskey world was the Phifer Pavitt Reserve Bourbon. What we are embarking on at this very moment is the Phifer Pavitt Late Night Bourbon.
As opposed to your wine, which is date night.
Correct.
Yes.
See that? Did you get that little
play? I'm slow, but I picked it up.
I mean, it's
Thank
there,
you for the hint.
right? So the late night is 84% corn, 8% rye, and no, I got that backwards. That's the reserve. I knew I'd do that this morning. It's 84. It's 80% corn, 11% rye, and 9% malted barley. Okay. So that is the late night of which we are talking about.
Yeah, that's what we're going to taste today.
Yes.
Well, let's taste it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well,
and the
sure.
reserve is coming out
and
later
the reserve is, that's even a
Thank you,
teaser
sir.
and will be coming out in the next few months. And that is the 84, 8, and 8, which those that had access to batch 1 and 2 will know it very well. So,
and with the previous collaboration with Bardstown, that was award-winning. That won
Yes,
Best
sir.
of Spirits, right?
in the world.
Yes. I'm sorry. I'd left that little detail out. Yeah.
Yeah, that one was, in anything, whatever your passion is, whatever your business, your trade, I know no different than to swing for the fences, right? You wanted the best of class, do the best you can. We absolutely had no idea. I mean, a lot of skill, a little luck, good timing, and best of class in the world of wine and spirits. I think it just came out, May, June, best in the 21st century. So
That's fantastic.
yeah.
So I know what I picked up on the nose here,
Okay.
but you have probably forgotten more than I'll ever know about nosing spirits or wine.
No.
So I know what I smelled. I really want to know what you're picking up here.
Well, for me, I'll have to say, just a little education for your listeners as well. It is a little bit, Bradford, of my pet peeve to tell people what they smell and taste.
But I'm asking what you
I
picked
know,
up.
so the power of assumption, right? For me, there's a lot of things. In anything that I make, not to avoid your question, but to tell you the importance of it to me is it's not only the smell and the taste, it's the mouthfeel. And that mouthfeel correlates to a lot of flavors. I pick up what I pick up from our wines in that underpinning. I'm getting cinnamon for sure. Really, almost freshly grated. Some cinnamon. I'm also getting very quintessential clove, little dosing of cardamom, little cocoa nib. I'm like trying not to drink it, but my mouth is watering now.
I'm not sure I've smelled those things enough to pick them out.
Yeah, no, but it's interesting when you hear somebody's descriptions. You're like, yeah, you hear that. What I was about to say, it has the unique smell of fresh cut wet grass. It's that refreshing, earthy type smell.
I'm feeling earth.
Not a peat type,
Yeah.
Dirt, but it's that fresh cut.
Just that first quaff.
Yeah.
Just that first path. You walk like the lawnmower drives by, and it's a mix of a little bit of that herbaceousness, the earthiness, just for a split second. I don't feel that it lingers to me.
I got sweet caramel and buttered popcorn.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that's kind of, if you're drinking bourbon.
I'd rather eat buttered popcorn than grass, so I like yours better.
I'm getting a lot of candied orange peel for me.
You can now. This has been aged 11 years. You can tell that by the coloration. It's
beautiful.
It's a dark reddish
So this is
gold.
very interesting. Your listeners might like to know is this is finished 3 times.
Oh wow.
Oh, do tell.
So we brought it. This is a beam product. So we brought this product in, took it out, put it back in New American oak because I felt like it needed more time.
Oh.
Give it a little more time, a little more earthiness, a little more weightiness. It was a little thin to me from my palate. And also, if you got to think about it again, we're finishing it with Cabernet. It's got to stand up in order to take on the tannins from that cab and not have it overpower. I didn't want it to overpower. I wanted, as we would like to say in the South, I didn't want to gild the lily. I wanted it to just be ever so slight. So we took it out, put it back in American oak for another 2 years. Then took it out of the American oak and put it in my French oak barrels for another 13 months.
Nice.
Yeah. But the nice thing about the finish, you don't say, "Oh, that's Cabernet."
No, you do not.
You don't say, "I taste Cabernet." Now, sometimes with like sherry finish, you can taste that.
Yeah, absolutely.
But this is a subtle thing. It gives it, like you said, a wonderful mouthfeel, very smooth palate, mid palate, and a smooth finish. It's just, I don't taste as much caramel in the mid and finish, but it's just a nice smooth finish all the way through.
I'm getting just a little cotton candy. Little cotton candy on that back side. I haven't tasted it yet still, but.
And what proof are we?
We're at 107.
Well, when I just tasted that, the first note is sweet. And you can do that if you have 80 proof or something of that nature, but it may not be very good. Maybe all there is to it.
Sure.
You don't want a higher proof, and anything over 100 we kind of fall into that category. You don't want it to bite you.
Correct.
And the first thing is, ooh, that's sweet.
Yeah.
Like the corn that defines bourbon is right there. And then to your point about the mid palate and the finish is perfect. It's really, I mean, it's perfectly proofed. And to achieve that flavor profile with that level proof, that's an achievement.
Yeah.
It's very hard to do.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think you have another award winner on your hands
Oh,
here.
you're so kind. Thank you. Well, I'm very proud of it. I think it's one of those things is being patient, right? Yeah. I mean, this is an art, but just as in bourbon, as in the wine world, it's equal parts art and science. You have to have the science behind it, but then the artistry of your, like we like to call it our apothecary of spices, right? It's the barrel. Okay, it needs more of this, and it needs a little of that, and it needs more of this to just get it just right. But as you pointed out, to get that flavor profile, but still, I want the mouthfeel. I want it to have that cashmere mouthfeel that just kind of envelops you. You say buttered popcorn, I call it cashmere. Just a little, or to say, the first thing I'm thinking about after my first sip is to take another sip.
Yeah.
That was a question I had is like, what do you want this when people sit down to drink it? What do you want it to evoke in them?
Well, I'd love to have more ladies coming over to enjoy a beautiful sipping bourbon whiskey. I'd like to break that, a little bit of that stereotypical mold. I say it a little tongue in cheek that it's made by a woman, but strong enough for a man. Remember that? We probably remember that commercial. So I just, for me, life's so busy and so harried and so fast, and it's just every day. And for me, you sit down with a beautiful glass with something beautiful, beautiful artistry and flavor profile, and just enjoy the moment, savor it. So one of the ideas for us is to have this be approachable luxury in a glass. Just
Oh, I love that. Yeah. So I'm curious. So, because you mentioned you want the women to really join the party, and
would.
I think my perception, I could be wrong, is the industry has given way to women
Absolutely.
master distillers. You've got
Absolutely.
Marianne Eves,
Oh, yeah.
Myra Bargenier,
Sure.
with
We met her this weekend.
with Paul Sutton. And so Alex Castle with Old Dominic, who's now with Augusta.
Yeah.
So we've seen that really evolve. My daughter is a bartender kind of on the side. And her ability to nose, taste,
That's right.
far surpasses anything I have. So I don't know if it's a man-woman thing.
It is.
So I was going to ask you, how much of, like, can you learn versus it's just innate? Either you have it or you don't.
Women physiologically just have a higher sense of smell.
Is that true, Doctor? Dr. Hubbard, let's hear the...
That's not something
I mean,
we
I'm not
address in med
arguing the
school.
point.
Yeah, no, you kind of. I don't know that scientifically be true, but I think
Yeah.
about that in personal life. Yeah, my wife smells things before I see it.
Absolutely.
And my daughter
Yeah,
embarrasses
that
me
diaper
when we
needs to be
taste
changed
something.
long before I know it.
Right.
Maybe that was just
That was a
convenient for me.
choice. Yeah, that was a choice.
I mean, of course, we're making broad brush strokes here, right? On a few things.
Yeah,
One,
sure.
love Marianne, know her well, I've done many events with her. She's just rock solid, an amazing, amazing human. And in the South, I think, and the general South, I think there are a lot more of ladies because we've been brought up around it.
Right.
Right? It was something that we were familiar with. As you move a little further West Coast, it wasn't as, prolific because Kentucky's rather far, to oversimplify things. So I just, to have women not be shy away from it. And literally now, so many women have been so curious because I'm now making bourbon that they've started trying. Like, I would have never touched it because it's too hot, or it's too, it's too this, or it's too that.
Right.
But just a little sip and take it. And so I'd like people to really explore a little bit. Just enjoy it. You don't have to have a lot. Just take a little sip, take a little time, sit on your front porch, spend some time.
Going back to the art and science comment, I found it fascinating to learn this weekend that your partnership with Whiskey House. Mm-hmm. Whiskey House, and we met John Hargrove.
Yes.
He very much is into the science of distillation. He came from the food processing area, and they built Whiskey House, which is kind of it's the Kentucky equivalent to MGP.
Correct.
And so, wow, they've really turned on fire with technology. And so he, in Whiskey House, from a very technological side, have really done great things with distillation. But you're coming from the art side. Is that how you find your partnership strong, or do you feel like you bring the art side and Whiskey House brings the scientific side, or is it a blend of both? Or
Oh goodness, I mean, those guys are extraordinary. I mean, that team, John and David, I couldn't have picked better partners because a few things. One is, yes, they're absolutely pushing envelopes on how to do things better. I love the innovative nature that they have. So for me, I try to play by the rules most of the time, but I use them as a guide. That's how you have to do it. Why? If someone had said 25 years ago, you can't touch the bourbon with a Cabernet barrel, right? So change. That team is incredibly innovative, and they know me, and they know my brand, and they know my wine very well. So the answer is always yes. Let's try it. Yeah, let's do that. let's see what happens. And so they're a perfect partner for someone wanting to be innovative and push boundaries.
And finishing this in Cabernet barrels is no easy feat. We learned earlier that you actually take your barrels from your winery,
Yes.
wrap them and put them in a refrigerated truck,
Correct.
and truck them all the way here to Kentucky. That's
Correct.
like I said, no small feat.
No, when we first started on this back in 2016, playing around, we were cleaning the barrels, as we would do after we take the Cabernet out of them, and then shipping them just regular, what do I want to say, room temp or, standard temp. And we found that we weren't getting enough flavor out of the barrels. So we hatched this plan to immediately, upon taking the juice out of the barrels to bottle our wine, that we would try something. And as I'm being told, according to a lot of people here this week, we're who people use as the reference when they started doing this. Now, I didn't know that we'd made such an impact like that. I'm honored, I'm flattered. But what we did in summation was, instead of taking what's called the lees, which is a French fancy word for the sediment or the dregs, so the wine goes through its fermentation, and then we siphon it off, if you will. What's left over in the barrel usually gets cleaned out, the leaves. But those are the leftover berries full of flavor.
Right.
We decided to leave them in the barrel. The little juice, applied the bung, got them wrapped up, put them in the cold truck, and basically put them in a stasis.
Yeah.
So nothing would change. They would be, from a science perspective, clean, because you can't make great products unless they're clean, right? And then, yes, the only way to get it from California and Napa Valley all the way to Bardstown, Kentucky, was to have it in a cold reefer truck, where when it arrives, it's filled immediately with the mash bill and the product we're aging. And that's what we started doing, and that's how we get that flavor profile.
So we do want to find out where are we going to find it, when are we going to find it. But before I get to that, I want to ask a personal question. So I'm going to condense your life from 1998 to now into, because you marry, you have children, y'all discuss, hey, we want to go and live on a farm, have a simpler life where it's all together. You start the winery, it's successful. You have a fire in COVID, which
Glass fire,
which one could destroy and had a significant impact on your business,
Sure.
your home,
Yes.
to some degree your identity perhaps. How do you pick yourself up without looking back at what you've lost and think about how do we move forward?
That's a big question, Bradford. I might have to drink some more.
Well, I was going to say, yeah.
Gosh,
you can
way
say-
to bring it
and you-
down.
and
We
you
were
can
talking
say-
about bourbon.
And you can say none of your business.
You know what the short answer is? You put one foot in front of the other. That's what you do. I mean, listen, I've talked and been on interviews and you name, over and over and over and over, and people are like, oh my gosh, you're so resilient. I mean, what's the alternative? You give up, you lay down, you quit. I mean, all of us every day walk around with, listen, our catastrophe, our catastrophic event was very visual. You could see it. You could see it. But a lot of us walk around with catastrophe that we wear on the inside that's not so public, right? Hard. One of the hardest things I've ever done in my life. Because it's an interesting, I could really go down a rabbit hole on this, but it's just an interesting psychological experience. And I'm a woman of faith, and I am a seeker, and I am a yogi and a practitioner. And I will say, without a hesitation, that what we went through is the single greatest form of non-attachment that I have ever had, because it was all just stuff.
Wow. Well, as you're answering that question, I'm thinking about, because we met Jackson, one of your oldest son, the other night.
Yes.
And I'm thinking, okay, in a few years, he's going to be doing these interviews on his own, and he's going to be asked a similar question. And his response is going to start with, I saw my mom and dad and then fill in the blank.
I hope so. I tell you, I still the one that got me. It's funny. It's just not funny, but it's so interesting what you think you'll do and what happens. I have on a lighter note, I have a very extensive boot collection.
Oh, wow.
Very.
After meeting you for a few days, I'm shocked 'cause I've seen you wear 3 pairs.
Very extensive. And when you would have thought prior to September 28th, 2020, that would have been the first thing I would have evacuated with. And I mean, I'm talking like, for me, it's a pretty extensive collection, 75 pairs maybe.
Yeah, that's a pretty
Wow,
extensive
yeah.
collection.
Just of Western. I took one.
Wow.
You walk in and you're in disbelief. Is this happening? Is this really happening? This isn't happening.
So this is the glass fire coming to not only your
Yes,
fields, but your home.
Oh, everything. I
Yeah.
mean, we're all on the same property. We're on the
Right.
same 24 acres.
Yeah.
So we sit up at the top of the hill, and the winery and the vineyards are down below. My beloved 67 Airstream, God rest her soul. All of that. And it was one of those situations that we had everything. We were completely prepared, but they're unavoidable. You know, when something burns at 1,700 degrees Fahrenheit, it incinerates. So I took one pair of boots. What did I grab? Every single family photo I could off the walls.
Yeah.
Every one of them.
Which objectively have no value relative to the
No,
boots.
no, that's right. To someone else, they'd be in the thrift store.
But to you,
To me, the only thing I couldn't take that just almost broke me was all the height markers we'd marked on the wall.
oh yeah.
You know, just funny things like that. And I remember also like being super strong. Like, you know what? My Granny Joanne, good, strong, fine Southern woman, she would always say, it's not what happens to you, it's how you respond and you react to it. So I thought, all right, be strong for my kids. Because meanwhile, by the way, I'm still running a business.
Right.
I've still got employees. Grapes are still growing. Fruit is, we've still got things aging. We didn't lose the downstairs of the winery. We lost a harvest. I mean, it was very complicated. But you didn't have time to stop. You just kept going. I remember 2 things so distinctly from that, and that was the first time that Jackson, whom you met, he was playing football at Cal Poly, and so he couldn't come home, and he's trying to check on us, and it's a little crazy. And the first time he comes home is Christmas, and he's calling me on the phone. He actually wasn't texting me, calling me. He's like, "Mom, where do I go?" Like, he didn't know because we had moved so many times because you were displaced.
Where is home now?
He's like, where do I go? And so we
Yeah.
kind of just adopted this home. I mean, home, that old adage, home's where the heart is, right?
Yeah.
It's where we were. And so we made it be this adventure. Had we chosen it, we lived in some really cool houses over the 4.5 years. If we'd chose that, it would have been almost like a vacation. So it was an exercise in your attitude,
Yeah.
in being grateful, always being grateful. We're incredibly blessed and fortunate. And just trying not to let the enormity of it just bring you down. And that was an exercise and a practice every day to say, this is what I have, this is where we're going, this is what we're going to do. Just keep on going. And along the way, from a construction and from a rebuild, I improved things every step along the way. Oh, well, that water source needed to be, you know what, let's fix that. Oh, let's fix that. Let's set it up where we can be more water conscious over here. All right, we're going to fix that. And so I just kind of rolled into how can we make this better? How can we make it better? Okay, yes. I still will say, and I'll share to your listeners, if you have someone that goes through a catastrophe, especially in a fire, don't say, oh my gosh, how lucky are you? You get to buy all new clothes. That's the dumbest thing I have ever heard anyone say. Don't say that, people. it's not helpful. Just say, I'm so sorry, right? Because
Yeah.
no one wants to really go through that. Because it's like has meaning. Your stuff has meaning. So
You know, I'm thinking as you're going through this, these legacy bourbon brands in Kentucky.
yeah.
The Wild Turkeys, the
Yeah.
Pappy Van Winkles,
Sure.
the Jim Beams. They have these incredible origin stories and so
Yes.
forth. I think you're a brand new whiskey that's going to be on the market. What a great story,
Oh, thank you.
Indeed.
right?
Yeah.
And I think that's part, as I'm tasting that in the future, that's what I'll remember.
That gave me
story.
goosebumps.
Yeah.
That's good. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. Well, I appreciate that. I mean, we're very proud of it.
And so when and where are
Oh
we gonna
yeah.
see it?
So when and where? Gosh, the $1 million question. Well, as I shared with you all, this was a sneak peek weekend. Our anticipation is that we'll have it in the bottle fall. I'm going to leave it a very broad fall.
Yeah, and we're not, for those listeners, we're not in the fall yet
No.
upon filming. So
Yes.
that's
Yes.
in the future.
It's in the future. It's coming. So this late night will get, I mean, it's still in. So you'll get another maybe 6 weeks, 2 months.
Okay.
Finish on it, just a little bit more. We like to have it go through those seasons
Yep,
in Kentucky.
yep.
So we're in that real hot, kind of humid, now cooling down. So it'll get one more little flavor profile, if you will, just soft around the edges. The best way right now is to get on our waiting list.
Wow.
So it's a good problem, but it's still a problem to tell clients when you don't have it available.
So go to the Phifer Pavitt website.
Yes, sir.
Go to the Spirit Society.
Yes.
And do the allocation request.
Correct. So we launched just this week as well our Phifer Pavitt Spirits website.
Oh, nice.
So you can go there and sign up on the waiting list, or you can go to the Phifer Pavitt Wine if you're already there or interested. And sign up either way. We try to make sure that it's easy, but you put your name on, and I mean it's old school, it's old fashioned. This is our success has been by and large by word of mouth. I meet you through a friend, you know. You try the wine, you love the wine. Oh, the whiskey's coming out, you try it. And so it's been this kind of grassroots campaign that we introduce it, meet people, and then connect to it. So certainly if you let them know, they want to put in a note and say they heard about it through your podcast, maybe we'll give them a little nudge.
There you
up
go.
the list.
Go to Two Guys on a Porch and subscribe and like, of course. You heard it here. Suzanne said if you put Two Guys on a Porch in your request, you're guaranteed to have a bottle, right? That's what I heard.
Is that what you heard?
Let's go with that.
That's my line. I'm sticking to it.
Yeah, I like it. I like it.
Well,
thank you.
we're fans of the whiskey and we're fans of you.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Look forward to
Yeah.
much success.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Well, I hope you enjoy, and stay tuned. We'll have to do part 2 for the Phifer Pavitt Reserve Bourbon when we're ready to talk
Look
about
forward
that.
to that.
Consider that a guarantee.
All right. Cheers, y'all.
Cheers.
Thank you for joining us on Two Guys on a Porch. Come back next time.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Please like and subscribe, rate, all the stuff you do on all the social media platforms. Thanks, guys.
Let us know what your drink and cigar of choice is at twoguysonaporch.com, and you'll be entered into a drawing to get some Two Guys on a Porch swag